Everyone, welcome to Metal Never Dies. I have 10 bands that I guess I absolutely hate or just don't like them. It's not a ranking, but I'm going to start with number one. This is F Valentine. I didn't know this band was from Wales. I don't know. I was really into metalcore, and I guess some of my friends were like, oh, you got to listen to this band. And I don't know. It was just too whiny for me, too emo, I guess, for me. I never really liked them. So yeah, I don't know, it's just really sad. And they would keep on playing some of their stuff every once in a while, and I was just like, and then I would hear them on, I guess, like some metal radio stations and stuff. And I just never got into them. I just don't like them. I think just they're whiny, but they're pretty big for some reason, and it's probably another reason why I don't really like them either. So yeah, so F Valentine, it's got to be up there. Another band I just didn't care for. This is Suicide Silence, deathcore band from California, and I was really into deathcore, especially like in the late 2000s and stuff like that. I mean, mid 2000s. I was really into it. That was like the scene back then. But I just never really got into this band. I just thought they were very simplistic, and I just never got into them. I never really liked Suicide Silence, even when they got the new vocalist Eddie from All Shall Perish. I still never got into them. I just found that they found a little bit too like new metal for me. Just never liked their sound that much. So yeah, Suicide Silence. I just never got into that band. Atreyu. Yeah, again, just another screamo band that somebody tried to get me on, and they were like, oh, they're metalcore, and just never got into them. They're from California. They formed in 1998 as well. They're labeled here as a rock band. I just never got into these guys. I just don't like them. Every time that I hear their name, I just kind of cringe. I don't know any songs that they sing. Even like Suicide Silence and stuff, and F Valentine. I don't know what songs they sing. I just know I heard them, and I just turned it off right away, and just not into that stuff. And Atreyu, just another whiny band, like another emo screamo band that I just never got into. It's not metalcore. With the metalcore that I got into, it's not that melodic metalcore is what they call it now. It's just not that. That's a fact, right? So yeah, so Atreyu's got to be in there. So number four, this might shock a lot of people, and that's Behemoth. Behemoth is another band that I don't know. I just never got into them, and the main reason why I never got into Behemoth was just because of the image. Everybody should know them. They're a blackened death metal band from Poland. They formed in 1991, and just never got into it. I just don't like the imagery. Honestly, it just creeps me out. 110% just creeps me out. I don't like any of the songs. Even the Satanic, everybody went wild over the best album, probably best album of the decade, and I just never got into it. I listened to a few things. I tried to get into them. I tried to listen to it. I just cringe, and I just not into it at all, and I just don't like even the vocalist Nergal. I just don't like him. Just the things that he does, I guess, like just a lot of stupid things that he does and what he says. It's kind of like, just grow up a little bit, right? So yeah, so Behemoth is just one of those bands that, like, it's the whole imagery. I just don't care for it at all. Yeah, it was cool maybe in the beginning, but like, I don't know. I think you just got to grow up a little bit. That's just my take on Behemoth. Next band here, this is Marilyn Manson, and Marilyn Manson is just, he was like really huge in the 90s, and that was the whole thing with Marilyn Manson. It was just, he was huge in the 90s. He's that, I guess the imagery, He was that kind of resembled satanic, right? Like he just resembled that extreme. He was the poster boy for that extreme, that cult back in the 90s. So yeah, I didn't realize that. Yeah, he formed in Florida, and it's not the guy from the Wonder Years. It's not him at all. I know there's a lot of rumors that it was him, especially before um, internet and stuff like that. So it's not the guy from the Wonder Years at all. And yeah, he formed in 1989. I guess like the whole band and everything. And yeah, like the Beautiful People. Like that song was everywhere in the mid '90s, and I just didn't care for it. It was every time that album was like was everywhere as well. In the Christ Superstar, and it's just like it was just everywhere. I just didn't care for it. I didn't like the Beautiful People. That was a song. There's another couple other songs that were big at the time that the radio would overplay. So Marilyn Manson is just one of those people. I don't like the image. I don't like. I didn't like the songs or anything either. So I just never got into Marilyn Manson either. So this the next one, and this is might be controversial as well. And this is Celtic Frost. I try to get into Celtic Frost like many times, but I just can never get into Celtic Frost. From Switzerland, I just never got into this band. I tried to listen to their songs. I just don't really care for it. Kind of started black metal like 1984 and stuff like that. Like Thomas Fisher's the main guy. I just never got into them. I don't like it. People go crazy. I tried many times to listen to their old albums, and I just don't like it. Yeah, like Cold Lake, I guess everybody hates that album. It became like a glam rock album. Never got into it. I just, again, I guess maybe the whole imagery is just like people just worship Celtic Frost, and I just don't get it. I don't like it. So it's one of those bands that I just like every time that somebody mentions Celtic Frost, I just kind of like roll my eyes. So yeah, so a lot of people probably will disagree with me, but this is my list. Next band could be another band that a lot of people might be surprised, and that's Type O Negative. Yeah, Gothic Doom metal band. I think it's the whole Peter Steele. I just never liked that guy. I remember seeing videos when I was getting into metal, and I just never got Type O Negative. I just thought it was just boring doom metal music, gothic music. I never got into it. Didn't realize these guys were from Brooklyn, New York. Formed in 1989. Well, and all people, and that's cool. You guys, a lot of people worship this band, and I totally understand that. And the whole gothic and doom metal. There's a lot of people that like that stuff. I just never care. I don't care for Peter Steele at all. Just never got into this Type O Negative thing at all. Yeah, unfortunately, we did lose Peter Steele in April 14th, 2010. He was 48 years old, and I guess due to a heart failure. Unfortunate. And I mean, rest in peace. And it's just another, for a lot of people, he was an icon, and I totally understand that. I just never got into it. Never got it. Next is Coal Chamber. To me, they were just a ripoff of Korn at the time. I never really cared for Dez's vocals, and to me, yeah, I just never really liked Coal Chamber. Anytime they came up with the new album, I never cared for it at all. And mostly because of Dez. I guess I don't really care for his vocals. Even like with his new project or this new band there that he has there, Devil Driver, I just never got into them. So Cold Chamber had to be up there. So yeah. Next band I have here is part of the grunge scene, and that's Smashing Pumpkins. Grunge band, alternative rock band, I guess you could say. They're from Chicago, formed in 1988 by Billy Corgan, and it's just another band. Grunge rock, grunge music was really big in the 90s, right? So it's just one of those things that, like, I heard it was too sissy, I guess you could say. It was too whiny for me. Smashing Pumpkins, yeah, they had some pretty cool tunes about like Today is the Greatest Day or whatever it's called. I just got overplayed. A lot of stuff got overplayed in the 90s, but like, yeah, Smashing Pumpkins was one of those bands that everybody like loved, that was into grunge or alternative rock at the time, and I just never cared for them. I was more into Soundgarden and Alice in Chains. The first couple albums by like Stone Temple Pilots I really liked and stuff like that. But like, yeah, Smashing Pumpkins I just never got into at all. I hated it. People just loved them. They were everywhere, and I just ended up hating it. So yeah, they got to be there. So the last band I got here, and maybe I know a lot of people love this band, and that's Ghost. And the biggest thing is it's just his image, and I try to get into it. I try to listen to it. It does have like I don't know, it's like poppy arena rock, stealing like Merciful Faith stuff but making it really poppy. I just don't get it. And then yeah, I had the whole Pope, the whole thing that he does. The main guy here, Tobias Forge. I just don't like it. Don't like the image. Don't like music. Especially the music. It's mostly the music. The artwork is cool. Like, I think the artwork looks really awesome. Some people wear the band shirts, and I think that's really cool. I like that, but like, I just don't like the music at all. I'm just not into the music. If it was more like Merciful Faith or whatever, if it was rock, but I guess it's like arena rock, poppy, stealing some stuff from Merciful Faith, and instead of like screaming it with a high falsetto, he's just like kind of like singing it. I don't care for it. So yeah, those are the 10 bands that I don't care for, that I don't like, that I guess I hate. I do, some of it I do hate. I don't hate them personally. I don't know them, right? So hate is a very strong word, but I don't know. Let me know bands that you dislike, and remember, everybody, metal never dies. Cheers.